Hello guys, well it's been and gone, it's been a couple of days now, but I bet you're all still buzzing from Arsenal to Chelsea 0. A fantastic result, particularly enjoyable for me with so many Chelsea fans in my family, but one that really keeps our Premier League campaign alive, keeps our hopes of making the top four and qualifying for the Champions League by those means alive. And to be honest, makes me feel a lot better about the possibility of encountering Chelsea further down the road in the Europa League. This was a really terrific result and a very good first half performance. In the second half, we sat off, we had something to defend, we approached the game a little bit differently, but in the first half we were so tenacious, we were pressing high up the pitch. Unai Emery spoke afterwards, said this was an opponent he wanted to press against. Makes sense. Jorginho wants time on the ball. We didn't give it to him. We went with a midfield diamond, Xhaka at the base, Guendouzi and Torreira either side, and then it was Aaron Ramsey at the peak of that diamond, and they worked their socks off. They were fantastic, particularly I thought Torreira, Guendouzi and Ramsey, in terms of the ground they covered, the defensive work they did. And the front two as well, I thought were an important part of it. Aubameyang and Lacazette using their physicality, closing down the space wherever they could, making sure the Chelsea defenders, the likes of Luiz, the likes of Jorginho, didn't get a moment on the ball. Because if they get it, we saw what they could do. What about that Luiz pass over the top for Pedro? You can't afford to give it to them, but they don't like it when you pressure them. And other teams have shown that this season. Unai Emery executed that plan to perfection. I do think with Unai, sometimes you see the best of him when he has to be reactive. I think sometimes when we're the bigger team, the better team, I think he struggles to find the tactic to dominate those games. But when we are being responsive to the problem posed by another side, I think we sometimes fare better. It's interesting because in his first press conference, he spoke about wanting to be the protagonists in every game. But I actually think sometimes we're better when we are not the protagonist in any one game. We let Chelsea have possession for long periods here. We just pounced on their mistakes. We forced them into mistakes and we capitalised on them. We were really efficient at both ends of the pitch. Sokratis and Koscielny is our best central defensive partnership at the moment, with Rob holding out. They looked it as well. Aubameyang and Lacazette really played well together, which you haven't been able to say, I would say, for quite some time. Big blow to lose Hector Bellerin. We're still waiting to find out quite how bad that is. And you do wonder, if he loses Bellerin, will he go back to the back three and play Maitland-Niles as a wing back? Or can he trust Maitland-Niles or Lichtsteiner or Jenkinson or Mustafi? Can he trust one of those players in a back four? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Manchester United on Friday. That's a really exciting game now because the Chelsea result takes a little bit of the pressure off it. But we still should want to win. We should still want to put United out of the cup on home soil. I think it would be another great night, a Friday night at the Emirates Stadium. I think it could be a very memorable one if we get a good result. And I just want to pay a bit of tribute really to Emery because he's had some critics in the last week, and I think justifiably so after the West Ham performance. But in this Chelsea game, I think he responded brilliantly. He picked a team that I didn't see many people predicting, a diamond in midfield, no Iwobi, no Ozil. That could have been a risk to go without that creativity. Went back to the back four, and it all paid dividends. And I see what the reception that Sarri's had from the Chelsea fans since that game, and I'm glad that Emery's not been on the receiving end of that. However, looking at Chelsea, they're bringing Higuain in, they've shipped Morata out. That's just, they're going for it. They know how important Champions League football is. And a big short-term signing like Higuain is their attempt to secure it. It's going to be tricky, and United are coming strong. 7 consecutive wins. So let's put a dent in their confidence on Friday. But a fantastic result for Arsenal. And I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it, as I'm sure you did too. I'm going to leave it there because we've probably all talked about it to death now. But I'll be back on Friday after the United game. Till then, bye-bye.